UFC 6 is gonna be coming out this year. It's upon us. Mike Straw, y'all remember, came out and said it is in full production. I believe that was the before Undisputed came out, so that was like September, October-ish, early October, and now we're finally here. And I think there's a lot of factors that either make this game terrible or that are gonna make this game good, and let's get right into it. I really think the first thing obviously will be gameplay. That is like the thing that they struggle with. They struggle with the gameplay. I'm talking about the footwork, I'm talking about the boxing, the tracking, the grappling, the submit, everything. I think this game is UFC 6 should be a complete overhaul. And I'm gonna say this now, I don't think UFC 5 was what everyone is making it out to be, or it's not really that bad of a game. No, it is that bad of a game. Or they use this excuse, well, UFC 5 is trash, but look at Undisputed though, that's trash. So that makes no, bro, both games are trash. So because one game is mediocre, you accept mediocrity for the other one. That just never made sense to me ever. When people say that, I used to get that a lot. And I feel like with UFC 5, it didn't live up to what they made it out to be. We thought we were getting ground elbows, and it turns out we got ground elbow. They tried to hype up the submission system, which sounded good, and then we got the game, and it was just heavily exploited and never fixed. Bugs and glitches that were in the game, the camera that goes into the crowd, the Stonewall glitch at the beginning of the rounds that I got like 4 times in a row when I was trying to record gameplay, still in the game. It's just a lot of bugs and a lot of meta that came over from UFC 4 was in this game and still didn't get fixed, and that prioritizing DLC and characters over actually fixing the game. So it just makes me, it's just like, it baffles me, because if they can put out bullshit for this, what you think they're gonna do for Fight Night? And I think, first off, to make this game better, right, make the footwork more dynamic, add weight to the footwork, add physics would be nice in this game, but I don't think they will ever do that. Fighter uniqueness is another thing that all of us have been talking about. Every single person in this community, consumer, content creator, mama, daddy, everybody, is that outside of the idle stances, Sean Strickland's Philly Shell or Michael Venom Page's stance, there's really nothing layered behind these characters. It's the same jab straight, the same one. I mean, for fuck's sake, bro, they gave Muhammad Ali Nate Diaz's punch style. I mean, like, come on, man. Then they gave Mike Tyson a Carla Esparza. Like, come on, man. Like, and you say stuff like this out loud, and then you go, man, I cannot wait for UFC. No, nobody says that. I don't think anyone has faith in UFC 6, man. I'm gonna be honest with it. I don't think anybody has faith in it. Now, I don't think UFC 6 has to be this astronomical, like, just MMA, Lollapalooza, Esperanza, Pananza. I would like that, but it just has to be an upgrade from 4 or 5. I want what we were expected from 3 to 4. When we got 3 was supposed to be, setting the stone for simulation, and 4 just had high hopes. Then that was arcade. Then 5, we were like, all right, maybe they'll go back, and it was UFC 4.5. Now we're looking at this. Are we gonna get UFC? Are we getting UFC 5 with this one? Because after 4.5 is 5. So you know what I'm saying? So what are we getting with this? And EA has a history of adding old mechanics and acting like it's new, giving it back to players, and people get excited. So honestly, they got a lot of things to do. I mean, you talk about the slip meta in this. You talk about just how certain stats really don't come into play. We could talk about gameplay all day. We could talk about how career mode really hasn't never been the best. I mean, the UFC 1 and 2, they had the tough and then all that stuff, but it's really, and sponsors, but it's never really been the best. So they have to upgrade that as well. These offline modes have to get better. But I think just the overall immersion and experience with these UFC games are dog shit alongside the gameplay. The only thing good really you can say are the graphics and how the arenas looks and all these things. And it just baffles me, bro, how we're at the point to where we're in 2025 and we're still asking for a good MMA. I honestly think this game has to be marketed with honesty. I think For it to succeed, well, they're gonna have to be extremely transparent. And it's something EA really does not do. They're gonna have to be transparent about everything in this game, the ins and outs. Really, like, show us that y'all care. Because remember, and this is said a lot, that the devs care and they've been held back by the higher ups. But I remember an interview where the devs were talking about the game and they were explaining overhand mechanics, and that wasn't even a fucking mechanics. They was acting like it was some brand new shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how are we supposed to get excited for stuff like that? So I think when they're marketing this game with trailers, don't mislead people. When they're doing these dev roundtables or interviews or whatever it may be, and the leaks are coming out, I honestly think they have to show people that they mean business, because this is pretty much like your audition for Fight Night. This is the audition for the Fight Night comeback. That's even if they do Fight Night. We still don't have anything official from EA if they're gonna do Fight Night. But this game has to be good. Now, if this game ain't good, we're gonna be like, oh well, UFC 7, bro. That's gonna be the one. I just don't. I don't get it. I feel like those are really the two main factors. Make the gameplay good and market this thing really well. Market it the right way. And going back on the gameplay tip, just a little bit. Pause. That right. I feel like there's many excuses being made. And this game died off very quickly. It died off way faster than UFC 4. I'm talking about UFC 5, that is. With UFC 6, I really think if they come out and show that they tried, I think the longevity for this is going to be... I really think that's going to be good. Because we talk about it a lot. Well, nobody really talks about it, but I've been talking about this a lot recently. I really feel like the sport, like the UFC, MMA, it really has a lot to do with how well the game does. And right now, it's not the best. So, we already not starting off right. We got the meta problems with, again, like the slips, the unrealistic slips, the head movement. I'm not really... It's cool, but I'm not really the biggest fan of the head movement. I would like to see just more freedom with a lot of... I want a real simulation game, bro. I want the grappling to feel like UFC Undisputed 3. I want the game to feel... how do I say this? I want to feel like... I want to come home from work and be like, I want to put on UFC 6. The same way I do for like a Marvel Rivals or Assassin's Creed Shadows. I want to do that with these games. And I feel like UFC, there's no hope for it, bro. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't see how there's any hope for it. So y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all think, man. Peace, love, and prosperity. Love y'all. Do something productive with your day. Beating your meat is not productive, man. We'll see what they do. I hope they do something great. But at this point, man, who knows? Y'all stay up, stay blessed, man. It's been Jay. Yeah.